Oh, hello, my friends. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of Art Foamies, and I'm here for Art Foamy Fun Friday because it's Friday, unbelievably. I want to say hello to everyone and welcome you. Thanks for coming. I'm very excited tonight, and you know why. I hope you know why. If you subscribe to our newsletter, then you know. And if you follow Megan Quinlan, then you know. Catherine is here, Stephanie, Roberta, Ron, also known as Patty, also Patty's Vintage Shop, Nancy Gray, Deb Bergstrom, Sharon is here, Ellen, Cecilia, Pam, Sherry again. Let's see, not your typical, oh, Tammy Ward. I was like, not your typical art crime, Tammy Ward art. Wow, that's a mouthful, but thanks for coming. Ginger Sparks, Shar is here. Carmen, welcome. Good evening. Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't miss anyone. Marini is here. Christina, Moody Muddy Maker. That's also a mouthful. Anita, Scraps to Beauty. Zandra is here. Nice to have you. Deb, oh yes, and Deb Rojas, welcome. Thanks for being here. If you want to join the chat, make sure you're logged into Facebook and click on the chat and come on in. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera. Or Claire is here. Krabby Abby is here. Okay, well, I don't want to miss anybody, but I do want to turn the camera around because you don't need to see my face. You want to see this. Oh gosh, Megan, I don't know if she's going to come on or not. I know she's busy. You know, she still has little ones. Oh my goodness. It's been a while for me now. I've been an empty nester for a while. Lisa is here. Ellen, thanks for coming. Jody, wow, we have a great group. This is so exciting. So how many, I need to know, please. Yes, it's freezing in the studio. It's snowing here. And so you all know that my heater is not the best. So I am braving it I'm taking one for the team. No, Heather Bailey, nice to have you. Okay, so you all know, right, that I am collaborating with Megan Quinlan, me, KP, and also my company, ArtFoamies, are collaborating with Megan. And we started a project. Well, actually, we started it last year, at the end of last year. And it's a whole year-long project. It's called Calendar Girls. It sort of has multiple parts to it because it's sort of paper doll-ish, right? But we have Megan designed a special house stencil, and when we were talking, she said yes, so it can house your collection. And of course, you know, I've been using it day and night, and so it should be right here. But now I don't know where it went because I wanted to show you the stencil. But of course, you all know the shape that it makes, right? It makes this shape. And it's a perfect shape and size to house our calendar girls. And the calendar girls are super fun because they all mix and match. So Megan designs a head and a body and a motif. And then I design a head and a body and a motif, and they all mix and match. And super fun concept. You can mix them in so many ways, right? And then we're coming out with a set or a little mini grouping every quarter, right? So, however, I will tell you, we are releasing it just a little bit early. We released our January, February, March girls in December. Okay, and that's these two girls, and this was January, February, March girls. Okay, here they are, and these are on their respective bodies, and you know, so like this is Megan's face. Well, it's not her face, it's the face that she drew. And then this is her body, and then this is my face that I drew and my body for January, February, March. Now, keeping in mind again that they are separate. I know I'm being redundant, but just in case anybody is unclear or maybe it's their first time joining in. So, you know, again, here is the body for January, February, March, and the head. And then the little motif, which is separate. And oh, this is the motif, right? The little rainbow, if you will. It really is a great extra because it can be little arms. It can be sort of, an archway or a portal. So we really love that. You can also make wings. Oh, so many things. And the same with Megan's. Again, her body, her head, and her little motif, which is sort of like a winter celestial, but also makes great wings, right? So many, again, repeating myself, very, very repeaty. But anyway, so that is the January, February, March. And again, I can't talk. We released it or launched it a little bit early so you can get your hands on it, because you all know that it is just the few of us, me and Mr. Moon and Maxie here, making all the art foamies for your Art Foamy Fun. And so we do take a little bit longer than, say some of the places that you might be used to shopping. So we want to release them a little bit early so you can start ordering and start getting them, right? So again, January, February, March. Tonight, we are very excited to introduce to you the April, May, June collection. And again, releasing it just a little bit. I guess some people might call it premature, but we just want you to be able to get them in your hand so you can start playing along. All right. I want to stop for a minute and say hello to Dana, Linda Finney. Oh my goodness. Nice to see you. Cynthia is here. Amy, Nancy Gray. Did I already say hello? I can't remember if I saw you already, but if not, hello. And Terry Moore. Yay. Anyway, so super excited about these girls. We started calling them our Klimpty girls, but I think Gustav girls sounds a little catchier. So I think that's what they're called. They are based on one of our favorite artists, and that is Gustav Klimt, and his motifs and patterns. And we just had to incorporate some of those designy elements into our own Gustav girls for the April, May, June collection, which is now live on the website. So go to artfoamies.com and get in the queue and get your hands on the calendar girls. Remember that, again, that they are made to order. We ask for a minimum of 7 to 10 business days for you to get your shipping notification. Sometimes a little bit longer, my friends. I'm sorry to say that we do not have a factory full of people making art foamies. Just our nimble fingers over here. Anyway, it's not a complaint. I just want you to know, and I want you to be as excited as we are, because you know that we do this because it's our passion and we absolutely love it. So very excited about these girls. Hope you love them, right? And I've been having so much fun playing. So let's have a little art foamy fun without further ado. Introducing you to our April, May, June. I always get it confused. So our second quarter girls. Again, this is the KP in its entirety. This is the Megan in its entirety, and this is also her motif. Okay, this is the motif that goes with the Megan doll. Now, these are not sold separately. They are only sold as a set. So you can't say like, oh, well, I don't want that motif, or oh, I only want Megan's face, or whatever. It's just you get the whole darn deal. And it's a pretty good deal, right? $25 plus shipping, and you get 6 art foamies, right? You get the body of Megan. Now, it's not Megan's real body. It's just her drawing. I know, I'm just kidding. Anyway, and then mine, and here's my head. Now, and here's my motif. Let me show you my motif. Here is my little motif right here. Can you see it's kind of pale, but it is just a little spiral doodad with a couple dots trailing off. And there she is. And there's Megan's motifs there. Like I said, I've been playing and having a blast. I know. Ron, also known as Patty, says, where are the elves? Where are the elves? I'm ready. I'm ready for some elves. I laugh, but I'm serious. All right, so let's do a little fun because that's what we're here for. And I do want to mention, if you're my patron and you would love to come over to the after party afterwards, you should have received a link. So we'll have a little Zoom and we'll do another little makey or just, hang out. Sherry Westainer. Sherry, and I hope I'm saying your last name right, but anyway, Sherry asked for a little sort of, I don't know if she asked for a demo per se, but she asked to use some of the other Gus K collection stamps. Now, a long time ago, way before I designed this with Megan, I designed a collection. It's on artfoamies.com called the Gus K collection, and it is a bunch of sort of Gustav Klimt inspired motifs and patterns and things like that. So you can see some of them if you go over to ArtFoamies, and we will have a little go with these in the after party, making some of our little houses. Okay, so I've been making, I don't know how many of you follow me throughout the week and see all the makeys and stuff, but I have been just making houses like crazy. Okay, so I can't wait to share some of those with you as well. Anyway, super fun. I will tell you, I love Megan's face and head because I do think her creativity is just so expansive here. You can easily cut this off and use it for wings. You can use it for another little cap, which we will do. And then I tried to be clever making my little bubble, afro haired girl, so that you could also cut it in different ways if you want to make it a different shape or style. It doesn't matter really. Sherry W, how about that? But yes, maybe you could spell it phonetically for me. Not that I'll remember, but anyway, I do digress. Okay, anyway, also you can doodle in her hair, so super fun. And I'm always trying to think of ways to make ArtFoamies and these images so that you can really get the most out of them. You can maximize your creativity, and you can really make them your own by cutting them up, by stamping them partially, and by also making different shapes, again, by stamping, stenciling, or doodling in the open spaces or, in the solids. So that's my intention when I am, dreaming up these things. All right. So where should I start? Another thing I love to do, and this is all the faces so far that have come out. Okay. So again, you have my January, February, March, and Megan's January, February, March. And then again, the brand new release of the Gustav girls. Now I like to stamp these out this way. Why Stanner. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. I got it for now. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon says, ordered mine today. Can't wait. I know. I can't wait for you. I do want to say the best part, I love stamping. I love making. I love creating. But the best part for me is when you get them and I get to see all the creative stuff that you do. So keep sharing, keep showing, keep playing. It's so, it makes me so happy, and it is so gratifying, right? Anyway, so I'm digressing again. This paper is some 140 pound watercolor paper. It's a 12 by 12, and I just stamped the girls out, the faces out on here so that I can play and color and, cut them out. So let's just do a couple. And here you can see this one got a little, globby. That's okay. You can either still utilize it in different ways, or you can use it to cut out. But you can see, just stamp a few so that you have lots of fodder, right? So let's see. Nance Plans It says, what was the name of the other clamp stamp set you have? So it's not really a set per se, but if you look under KP or under the Gus K collection. So let me type that in. Gus K collection. And that is by me, KP, at artfoamies.com. And it has just a whole bunch of, you know, a sort of patterny stuff, but some of my very favorites. I will say I love the Starflower. This pattern, and I can't remember all the names. I think this is something, Gus's Party or something like that, or I don't know. I won't pretend to try to remember. But I love this. If you could see the way it sort of gradients, it's really, really nice. You can use it partial or in its entirety, and it just makes a really nice sort of flowy stamp. And then lots of like spirally stuff, you know. So go over there and have a look-see. Really, really fun patterns and great ways to also incorporate, you know, you can incorporate these onto your girls' dresses and bodies so that, you know, so they're all different. All right, I'll quit talking for a minute and we'll do a little coloring, painting. Let me zoom in a little bit. If I can. Where's my zoom? Here we go. Thank you, Elsie. Welcome. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thanks so much for coming. Here, well, you know what? Let me just show you a couple of these things real quick first. This is a past collage sheet. Again, now you don't have to be my patron over at Patreon to get any of my collage sheets, which I have a lot. I have a Patreon shop where you can just go and get these downloads. And I think this will be beautiful, not only for patterns, you know, with these girls, but also for some houses, right? Let me try to find my darn stencil again. I've been so organized, and believe it or not, you know, I say this all the time, but my studio is very clean right now. I have it pretty organized, and for some reason, I must have set my Megan stencil aside just very recently, and now I can't find it, and I really wanted to show it to you. Well, I have the full one. Hold on, let me see. Well, not as organized as I thought. I'm lying to you. One of the problems is, for me anyway, is I do have a tendency to put things in safe places when I'm working. I'm like, oh yes, I'm going to set this here. I'll remember right where I put it. And then I don't. Most of you know me. Some of you are newbies, so maybe you'll find it annoying or maybe you'll find it endearing. I'm not sure. Well, anyway. Okay, so the shape of the stencil obviously is this shape right here. Okay. And again, I'm going to pull out. Oh, and here's one of the Gus K patterns. Look how nice it goes with the girls. Just getting ahead of myself again. I really wanted to get the stencil because I wanted to show you how I cut it out, and now I can't find either one. Aha. Okay, so the stencil that I'm looking for is the piece cut out of here, okay? But because I like to cut mine, I have two of them. This is the stencil, Megan Quinlan's Home is Where the Heart Is stencil. And I got two of them because I cut one out because I love to just have it handy when I can find it to, you know, lay on my papers and cut out all the shapes, okay? So you can see here, I've been working on quite a few. The nice thing is that you can, you know, do them double-sided and turn them into a journal later, or you can use them as Rolodexes. or greeting cards, whatever you like. So I, my friends, have been going haywire with that stencil, and I just want to show you what I've been working on for days. Now this is inspired by my own personal little journal, okay, that I made, and you may have seen it. I can't remember if I already shared it with you last week or not, but I went ahead and just bound, and they are very random, okay, but I just bound a bunch of my pages together. Many of them I've been sharing, you know, over in the Megan and KP Zooms that we've been doing. We're doing one every month, so I hope you're joining us for that. And so I've just been making these pages. Sometimes I make them with pockets, and then I just bound them together. Oh, and here's Megan's stencil, actually stenciled. Okay, so I use it as a template, and then I use it as a stencil. There's some with Seth's from his pop-up. So, you know, you can see I've just been having fun. Some have stamps, some are still blank because I'm going to still be working in it, right? Some I may end up, you know, painting over or collaging over, but that is sort of the base. I call them base layers, right? They're just my pages, and I will begin to, you know, I work a little bit differently than Megan. Yes, you could also bind them. You could stitch bind them. You could, you know, like there's different types of binding systems. You don't have to use the wire binding. You can use rings. Let's see, remember Megan did hers using the, well, I'll show you here. So you can also use the little grommets. You could punch just the holes and use the little eyelets or grommets or whatever, and then put your rings like so. Now these are big, so I only did 3 pages at a time. But obviously I can still add more, right? I can just put those grommets through my individual pages and slip them on here, right? So, but anyway, I, again, get a little distracted. What can I say? This is what happens when you have so many fun things in your studio. Yes, Megan bound hers with binder rings. So if you have something like this, okay, these little eyelets, you can use something like this tool, right? And you can punch holes, and then you can set your little eyelets, and then you can use your little binder rings, and that is super cute too. Okay, so it's just whatever, you know, whatever you have and whatever you like. Now this is a lot of pages, and I'm not gonna, this is gonna be multiple journals, okay? But I do want to just share with you how fun it is. And I'm not going to show you every single page because we'll be here for, you know, all night. But if you use all sorts of your scraps, whatever you have laying around, things that maybe you've just, you know, are planning on discarding. I've even actually used some packaging. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites too. This right here is the box from some paper. Okay, and isn't that so cute? Oh, and so nice with my girls, right? Of course, you know, maybe do a little more collaging or painting or stamping or whatever, but just, and it's really nice and firm. So if you have, oh my gosh, even if you have cereal boxes or cracker boxes, anything, I love this to repurpose and to use again as base layers. I have bits of old canvas. This is actually raw canvas. Okay, so that also will be really cute to bind or to stitch, whatever you want to do. Scrapbook paper. So if you have lots of scrapbook papers, okay, you can make your pockets. If you make it a little longer, then just fold it up. And when you bind it, this will automatically be, you know, permanently folded up, and you can put just a little glue on the side. And then you have a cute little pocket, right? Super fun. Then I also use lots of blank pages that I had lying around. Some of this is decent, or some of it's better than decent paper. Some of it had marks on it. I didn't care. I like it. It has a little texture. Lots of it is going to be covered up anyway. So it was a great way for me to use a lot of my random papers that I've had lying around that were just, you know, collecting dust basically, right? Here's some from different demonstrations. If you all were here for when, you know, I've released various stamps. This was from Crafty Chica, and, you know, there's no sense in wasting this beautiful stamping, right? And I can, again, easily turn this into something, I don't know, turn it into something else, or just continue to have fun with it and utilize it, right? So if you get your stamps, your ArtFoamies, and you love to test them, okay, maybe when you get your stamps, you like to just stamp them out. That's what I love to do. But then, you know, what do you do with all those stampings? Well, you can cut them up and use them for fodder, or ta-da! And then here again, here's the motif. This is where I think, I don't remember where I shared this. I know I shared it and made a little pocket using the Duralar. So you have something, a little see-through window down there. Right, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, the list is endless. Again, not going to show you every single page, but also just wanted to show you colored papers are fun. Again, this would be something I normally would have ended up throwing away because I had really no use for it, you know, but now I do. So old color swatches. Again, I'm not going to sell this, right? What am I going to do with it? It makes a wonderful, you know, piece for my junk journal that's shaped like a house. The last thing I wanted to show you was some Yupo. I had a bunch of pieces where I did Yupo, and it is just lovely. Again, though, what exactly, and some of my pieces were quite large, so these would make great covers, a great front or back covers because they're really nice and durable. We demo the first quarter heads with the second quarter bodies. Yes, I do have that already stamped out to show you. Last piece. This was a really just random watercolor that I had lying around. It was pretty moody, but it was, the reason I saved it was because it is really, really nice Arches paper, and oh, I wish you could feel it. It's just such a tactile experience. And again, really beautiful with my, you know, it looks completely different when you cut it up rather than when it's just laying there in a pile, right? So super fun. I hope that you take this idea and run with it. And not only get yourself lots of pages at the ready, but you also get to utilize and use up a lot of your papers that you've already spent. You know, the thing about these is that I already spent time on them, even though they weren't masterpieces, even though, you know, they are maybe, you know, to lots of people, they might even seem like they would be trash, right? Not to us, of course. But you know what I'm saying. And now I'm actually going to get to use them. And I have to say, this pile just makes me super happy. All right. So yeah, somebody asked, let's see. Yes. So Elsie says, just think at the end of the year, there will be 12 of each to mix and match. Yes. Let's see. Right. Nancy. Nancy says, it's amazing how you can mix the Klimt style with other styles attractively, not like we are dealing with the Historical Society on accuracy. Correct. Right. Right. One idea I just did was go to Harbor Freight and buy one or two of their canvas drop cloths and cut it up for books, and maybe even paint a drop cloth rug. Yes. Fantastic. I have done that. I don't know if you've all seen my runner in my hallway. I did the same thing because I could not afford, my hallway is very long, super, super long and skinny, longer than most runners. And I could not afford, I'm just being honest with you, I could not afford a runner that long. So I made myself just a canvas one, just to, to cover it and to make it look a little nicer. I shared a picture. It's been a long time. I really should redo it. Depending on the pitch of the roof of the house, there is more space for journaling. Yes. Kathy Berg, I wanted to say hello to you. I'm sorry if I missed you. So Krabby Abby says, will you demo the first quarter heads with the second quarter bodies and vice versa? So yes, I will, my friend. Let me, I did that, and let me pull that out. Okay, so here is Megan's head with my body. This is my first quarter head with Megan's body. My first quarter head with this Megan's new body. And these are, they're not colored or painted. And I will say the neck on this one, I don't like how I stamped it. So it looks a little awkward, but keep in mind, one of the great things about this is that if you don't like how you stamped it, or if you make a mistake, of course, right, you just cut it off and place it how you want it, or whatever, right? So that already looks better, right? And the nice thing about that is too, you can tilt the head a little bit, so okay, so then here is Megan's first, the January, February, March girl with my Gustav girl body. Here is my Gustav girl head with Megan's first quarter body. And then here is Megan's girl, and this is so cute. Don't you think that is adorable? But I do want to play around with this too, because I want you to see and visualize. And remember, if you color these, this will be so cute. You can, do it a little bit differently. I think you could use these in so many ways. If you stamp this multiple times, I think it could also be little wings, right? You could put it as a little cap. She looks like a little, what style is that? Like, she looks like a little airline attendant from, I don't know. Anyway, again, all these can definitely be, and look, I don't like how she's setting on that body, so let me go ahead and trim that down a little bit. And again, you can play, and you can trim these. I think it would also be fun. You can give her a little bit different of a hairstyle. So definitely, you're going to want to really play around with these. And, and I also, of course, do think that, excuse me, coloring in, and some of these, I don't like how I stamp the bodies on the head. So I do like to do them separately many times, but, just do it how you like. You can also do things like mask off when you're stamping, if you want to stamp them together. But one of the things I also enjoy doing is I like to stamp them. Okay, again, I think I kind of showed you this. I like to stamp them more. Let's see. Just debating on what to stamp her with here. Got my little graphite stick. This is my Lyra graphite, okay? And I like it because it stamps generally nice and dark. It's a number 9. Oh, Maxie Moon. I'm glad you got a nap. Yes, you are allowed to have a nap. All right, so this is kind of cool, as you can see, and I did get a little smudge on the side, but I had a little watercolor underneath that graphite, so she comes out and has a little bit of a tint of color to it, which I like. Makes it sort of fun to smush the colors. And I'm going to go ahead and I am actually going to, I'm going to take first a little bit of my Stabilo pencil, and I'm just going to darken that a little bit. And I'm going to take a little bit of black gesso, and I'm going to color her hair over so it's nice and dark, okay? Make it nice and dark. Anyway, I got lost in my own makey here, but one of the things that I like to do is stamp the heads. Okay, you saw where I stamped a bunch of heads on here so that I can color them and cut them out. But here I like to stamp and leave this space so that I can do anything I want down on the body. Okay, let me finish painting in her hair. Again, just so it can be nice and dark. Puffer. All right, so anyway, so as that's drying now, keep in mind I can stamp her body right on here, you know. It's fairly easy to line right up, but you can also just do fun stuff, right, with different stamps or different things that you have handy, right? So here, ooh, let's say I have a little gold. Let's go ahead and have, oh no, you know what? I want some bronze. I got this bronze and I love the bronze. I know this is the golden iridescent bronze in the fluid acrylic. And I love it because when you stamp it, you have that bronze color, but it has a little bit of like a undertone of like a turquoisey kind of cobalt tealy color. All right, so love the bronze. Now, I will not lie to you. My stamp is a little crusty with acrylic, so you know what that means. It means I'm not going to get the best stamping because it's not that clean. Yes, she would be cool with gold hair, but I think I'm going to use a little maybe gold pen, or you could use some gold leafing, or you could just use, again, this same stamp, you know, up in her hair. You know what? I'm going to clean up this. I have a black gesso over here, and I better clean it up, otherwise I'm going to end up with it all over me. That happened to me earlier. All right, so I'm actually going to take now just a little watercolor. Oh, I don't know. No, I can't just leave well enough alone. Let's go ahead and stamp a few of these little star, or no, let's use Megan's motif. I'm gonna use Megan's motif, and again, a little bit of the bronze. It's gonna be nice too because the acrylic is gonna act as a little bit of a resist. All right, so keeping in mind that most of this is gonna be cut away, right? So I'm gonna now just take my, and assuming this is all dry, it's probably not all the way dry, but that's okay. And a little quinacridone gold watercolor. And then I'm going to just take a little gold or whatever, a little more metallic, maybe some gold, or you could use the same bronze, whatever, you know, seems fun to you. And actually I'm looking, oh, here it is. I was looking for my other brush. Yay, Wendy, you got it? I just saw your comment. So I'm just adding a little gold to her collar. Right, maybe we'll just go ahead and give her a medallion, right? Because you got to have some fun and just play and make it your own. And maybe I'll give her a little gold eyeliner there, right on her eyelids. Now remember, okay, I stamped in graphite first, so it is water soluble still, and it should move a little bit. So I'm just taking a wet, clean brush, and I am moving some of that graphite to give myself just a little bit of value, a little bit of shading, a little bit of cheek, you know, a little bit of, again, just smudging around and giving her a little bit of definition. And if you want a little tiny bit more graphite, I don't know if you could see that very well. Let me see if I can zoom in. It seems like it's just a little blurry. Let me hold that up and show you. It is so subtle. You can't even barely see it, but trust me, and pictures, I think some of the pictures that I've shared, you could see it a little bit better, but of like my girl that I made a Rolodexy out of. Did I show you that one? Again, just giving her a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to blow dry her hair just so that there's no more wet gesso there. All right, and then what you can do, all right, you can just take a little bit, again, of your gold or your metallic, whatever, your bronze, and I'm just going to stamp a couple of, or paint up a couple of these little dots and flowers here. And you might want to mask off the face just to be safe, right? You could make yourself a little mask. I'm just going to hold up a little post-it there. And then, because remember, it's going to be cut out. So as long as her face is covered, you should be okay. So that's, and then, you know what? I might just try to fill in a little bit. Just sort of cheat here with a little of Megan's motif here on the side. Just a small little bit of that. Ooh, so close. I made kind of a mess, but now we're going to cut out And you'll never know that I made a mess, right? It's going to be so cute. So again, just kind of showing you different ways you can change up the bodies as well as mix and match them together. Because remember too, you can also cut apart, like cut apart some of the bodies in different sections, you know, and be utilizing those as well. These all, I love the way Megan did her body like this, because you can make different little pieces for, you could even do something like for the bottom of her dress. Anyway, super fun. Lots of fodder, right? It's all about that. Fodder seems to be sort of a big way of arting lately. And I think it's great because it really allows you to, you know, sort of work in pieces, and you can take things, you know, from different elements and mix and match them, which is, you know, kind of like what this whole thing's based on, right? Ooh, so cute. And I love her hair like that. I love the dark, you know, the very, very dark hair like that. I think it makes it look real dramatic. And here you can see her. I did her also again, and I did turn it into a Rolodexy, as you can see. But here I used my little bird stencil in her hair, and here I stenciled Megan's house stencil on the front of her. And I used one of my little rubber moon stamps. So cute, right? So many ways to be makey. I can't stand it. Anyway, so, and then, I don't know, you can either cut that off, or I can definitely, like I said, use another piece to, well, that's a little too short, but you get the idea, right? I'll have to stamp something else on there. Maybe Megan's motif again at the bottom. Ooh, yes, Terry, we are working on storage. Yeah, these really, I will say, they they do lend themselves to the metallics for sure. So, and then here I do want to show you one last thing before we bid you adieu. And that is, I did, because, you know, some friends have been saying, you know, they want to make different motifs and different patterns for their houses. Now, this does not exactly go with the Gustav collection per se. However, it is a really fun new imprint pad that has the house theme. I'm doing a lot of house theme stuff. And so I don't know how many of you remember the cityscapes that we did a while ago. And so I had one already, designed. So we went ahead and brought that out as well. Super cute. And you know, I don't know. I think she looks pretty good on there. What can I say? Anyway, and then here too, my gosh, I just have so many. I think I'm not going to stamp any more girls for a while. I have plenty to color, right? And to cut out, and then plenty of houses to start, you know, assembling them on. I think some of them I will glue some. I'll make pockets for some. Definitely going to start assembling some of those journals, because look at all these blank pages that I have too, right? Getting just so ahead of myself. And then, you know, again, I'll be coloring all these up, cutting them out, and hopefully having lots and lots of stuff to share with you for our next Calendar Girl Zoom, which, remember, is the second Saturday of the month. So it's the second Saturday of March will be our next Zoom. All right. So do you have any questions, any thoughts? Does anybody want to play the numbers game for now don't start without me, okay? If you say yes, you want to play, then I'll tell you when to start and how much time that you have, okay? And then whoever is the closest without going over will win a set of the new calendar girls, okay? The second quarter calendar girls. If you've already purchased it, then we can refund you back, or we can give you something of the same or equal value. All right? Same or equal, same is equal. Okay, so remember, it's between 1 and 100 only. You only get one guess. Go ahead and start now, and you have until 4:55. All right, and we can have 2 winners. Go ahead. It's written on this secret piece of paper. I know y'all love the numbers game. I can't think of anything else to play, so we'll just have to keep it as our thing for a while. Go ahead, start guessing your number between 1 and 100. I call it out just so that you know that I saw your number, okay? So let's say, starting with Char, 27, Carmen, 7, Orange Spiral, 72, Krabby Abby, 27, Zandra, 17, Sharon, 22, Ron McFarlane, 58, Linda Finney, 29, Sherry, 9, Char, 27, Ellen, 78, Tammy Ward, 1, Catherine, 86, Cecilia, 73, Kathy Bernard, 32, Jenny Maroney, 61, Terry Moore, 53, Deb Rojas, 35, Nan's Planet, 16, Pam Shales, 24, Nancy Gray, 23, D. Ray, 9, Christina, 37, Claire, 37, Kristen Hoffman, 17, Lisa Alvarado, 13, Acme Post, 43, Stephanie Martin, 73, Amy, 50, Ginger, 70, Wendy, 67, Heather Bailey, 77, Cynthia Yarberry, 39. Anybody else? Going. Last call for a number. It's 4:55, and we do have a winner. Linda Weber says 6. Anybody else? Last call. Okay. Oh. Puffer, 20. Crafts by You, 3. The winner is, drum roll please, Anita, 12. Okay, we're done. No more numbers. The winner is, let me just go scroll through really quickly. I don't want to make a mistake. I'm pretty sure I got a winner, chicken dinner. Ellen Bush. Ellen Bush is the winner at 78. Ellen Bush, make sure that you send me an email to artfoamiesstamps@gmail.com with your name and your mailing address, and say that you won tonight's Art Foamy Fun numbers game, and I will send you a set of the Megan Quinlan KP second quarter dolls. Yay! Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much. That was super fun. I know, and well, Patty's Vintage Shop, I'm so sorry, but luckily you didn't have it right. Otherwise I'd feel bad. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around so I could say goodbye to all of you. Wish you a happy weekend. Say thank you so much for being here and playing along. I hope that you get to have some Art Foamy fun yourself this weekend. Go ahead and shop. And oh, the email, Ellen, is artfoamiesstamps@gmail.com. You can also Facebook message us too. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. You know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey, and I'll see you soon If you're going to the after party, I'll see you in just a few minutes, okay? Bye, everyone.